Back again. I can't believe how consistent I am with these videos now. And, you know, I might not get 1 million views and I might not be doing all the things that I need to do to get my name out there. But, you know, the people that are watching now that found me, and hopefully more people will, and I don't really even know how it works. Like, share the video. I don't know how you can share it, but maybe post it, maybe share it on your Facebook or social media or whatever. But yeah, would love that so I can get more of the word out. But I had another moment, another epiphany in reference to a way to kind of help you guys with how to stay strong. So I had a client that she sends her food logs every single day, and then she responds in the morning. And then when she responded to my food log critique, but then she also sent me a separate response with a couple questions and concerns. And it was about family things. And it wasn't necessarily about a trip, but it was more about like family events that are coming up. And she's Latin, and she's like, dude, we just have parties and we dance. And she's like, I'm not worried about drinking because I'm the designated driver and we're going to all these parties, so that's not a problem for me. But like, what about all the food? So I briefly talked about the last video where I talked about like when people make a comment like, what's the big deal if you just have a chip? Well, what's the big deal if I don't? So that's a good comeback. But I started thinking about coping skills and ways to get through things. So I sent her this long thing, and then I came up with something that I wanted to make a video about. So this one's going to kind of be short also. So what I basically explained to her, she told me 3 parties. One of them starts at 4, let's just say, it's not in this order, but 4, 5, and 6. So I said, what happens, and I've done this, I've talked about this before when we talk about people going like over family members' houses, and maybe you have family members that are haters and you have subject changers. So if you haven't heard me mention that before in a video, I talk about changing the subject. So if you have a hater in your family that is doing all the comments, you change the subject really quickly. I think I talked about this in the last video, so I'm not going to beat a dead horse on that. But then let's just say if you're at just a party and you're just in the party, like you are just so used to, it's a habit. When you go to a party, you have snacks. So 2 things. First thing, you want to eat before you go to the party. If the party is a long party, like she even made a comment that one of the parties she knows is going to go to like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So, so I basically said, of course, I mean, I have clients that fast, but they typically wouldn't fast from like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But so basically what I said to her is, you eat right before the party. You eat like an hour before. You get yourself kind of full so that you like are full going in there. And then if it's something like that you can bring. So like a lot of people bring plates. You could bring a plate if you want to, but maybe bring a board game and start creating these new family traditions. And like, I definitely feel like I've remembered the parties where I almost peed my pants laughing from Scattergory and Taboo. Like, that's the parties that I remember. Or if it is like a party with a DJ, it's like you just stay up and dance all night. And unfortunately, you will maybe have haters. I have done this before where I've gone in the car during a wedding or during a party and I've gone to eat. And maybe that's something that you need to do until you get more strong, where you're like, hey, you know, I can eat that and it's, you know, kind of on plan. Or maybe I give you, let's say, like a refeed or a semi-treat, or you feel like you're strong enough to go to a party and place like a special order, or order something or get something, like if it's a wedding and you place a special order or something like that. Or if it's a party and you pick something that you know probably has a little bit more salt, but there's not like a lot of barbecue sauce and ribs, and you could literally just eat a few of those things that are approved by me, and then that's it, not have it get out of control. But in the beginning, and even sometimes a little bit longer than usual, you might have a little bit of a struggle with that connection on keep going. So, whatever. So, until then, you maybe eat in the car. 5 minutes. Let's say if you have to go to the bathroom, it'll take the same amount of time to just go in and eat a snack. But I also gave her something to think about and something to do. So I told her to set an alarm on her phone an hour before, or a half an hour before the party. So the party that starts at 3, she does like, 2:30. Then 4, she does 3:30. Then 5, she does 4:30. And she gets, what do we do before we go to a party? We get our hair done, we do our makeup, we get dressed up all nice, and we make the outside of us look great. We need to make the inside look great too, and feel great. So that's what I said. You getting ready about, you getting outside ready for the party, but what about the insides? So this is where you just sit there and you coach yourself. You just sit there and tell yourself, here are my goals. I've been talking about, this is my goal. You know, the total cliche, fit feels better than flavor tastes. And lasts a lot longer because flavor tastes good for a moment, and making memories with things that aren't food. Especially when you're out at a party, enjoying family, making memories and all that other stuff. And you don't have to sit there with a blank plate, like, and I talked about this in the last video about like what you don't see. There's nothing wrong with, which if you haven't seen the video, go to the last one before this one. Like if you're sitting with a bunch of friends and you're just not a drinker, it's no big deal that you don't have a drink. But there's such a big deal with this whole food thing. So the biggest thing, so what I told her to do is she's got to coach herself. So it took her an hour to get ready, do her hair and makeup, take 10 minutes to sit there and look at herself in the face and say, her name's not Stacy, and say, okay, so here's the deal. I am so proud of myself. I've lost 30 pounds. I want to still lose another 10 pounds. My stomach looks flat in this mini skirt, tight dress, and I want to keep that feeling going. And I want to be an inspiration to my kids, and I have health issues. And I mean, this is not her specifically, but just in general, remembering what your goals are and also remembering the why. Because remembering just the goals, I tell everybody, and in the last video I talked about it, about in the morning and at night, you do your affirmations and you remind yourself every day and you have a vision board. So before you go to that party, don't let anything distract you. You do your inside, you do your makeup on your inside. So, you know, this was a little bit of a short one. It's like 7 minutes. I am at my studio right now about to go in and get worked out by Coach Jen, who teaches a HitFit class over here. And then get some baby wipes and clean myself off and then eat. I got my plastic bag with my salad and my ground turkey. And got a little makeup because we have somebody coming to videotape, which I'm not even going to get into that. Okay, so here's the deal. I am having a workshop for anybody that's local or fairly local and wants to come to the workshop or hear about it. I have a video. I can't send it to you, but if you're on Facebook and you want to see the video, or if you want to see it and you're not on Facebook, you can go on Facebook. I don't know if we're not friends, you can still go on it and see my, or I might just make a video on it. But here's what I want you guys to do. I want you guys to send me a private message on here or email me, because in the description I always put my email address for anybody that wants to ask about my coaching or ask about my workshop. I'm very excited about this. It's going to be on movement, nutrition, and mindset. And it's going to be talking about, I personally feel like, the 3 most important things: how to physically move the right way, activate different muscles when foot position is different. Basically what I learned in personal training school 18 years ago. And then nutrition, we have Cara. If you guys have seen the 30-minute video that Cara and I did on food prep, she is bringing a bunch of burners over, and we're going to be doing like a food section on how to cook, how to prepare, and then different recipes. And then while everybody else is eating, and I'm only taking a select few of people. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll take 15 people. I don't know. It's going to be discounted for clients. So if there is a client that's watching this that isn't on social media, which I do have a few, it's going to be discounted for you guys. So just reach out to me, text me if you're a client, email me on my email address, check the description below, and just say, hey, I'm interested in this workshop. I would love to find out what it is. It's in May. It's on May 5th. It's in the afternoon. It's going to be at my studio in Hercules, California. So just let me know if you want more information on it. And then we'll figure out what we need to do. If you want information on my coaching programs, because I have clients all over the world that do daily check-ins or weekly check-ins, I can, no matter what the goal is. So let me know.